Number 10. Champion's Path to Murim. Kim Sun-hyuk is a champion who's considered a living legend in the realm of mixed martial arts. He was somehow reborn in the Murim world as the youngest son of Kyum Ho-jang. Against the backdrop of martial artists and untrained fighters scattered around Murim comes the prodigy trained in boxing, taekwondo, muay thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, capoeira, judo, and a variety of modern martial arts, ready to shake up the Murim. So basically, the main character uses modern martial arts in the Murim world. He's crazy for fighting, and he's also kind of overpowered. The side characters have some personality to them. The art is decent, and it becomes better during fight scenes. It always feels refreshing seeing the main character pummeling other martial arts masters' faces. Give this a try if you want an easygoing Murim manhwa with a lot of action. Number 9. Youngest son of the Namgung clan. This is the story of Namgung Deso, the youngest son of the Namgung clan. After losing his dantian in the competition for the position of vice patriarch, he then faces an unexpected death out of nowhere and regresses into the past. The youngest son of the strongest clan. Such a title is way too bothersome for him, so he wants to let someone else become the strongest person in the clan and live a low-key happy life. The main character is totally unmotivated, and he also is not strong. He wants to live a low-key life, but after his regressions, one after another, an event happens that pushes him towards the path of the most strongest person in his clan. The art of this manhwa is decent. There's an annoying strategist side character. Other than that, the other characters are also pretty decent. Only read it if you want more of a laid-back, go-with-the-flow type story, and it also is not recommended for people looking for an overpowered main character and amazing fights. Number 8. Records of the Swordsman Scholar. Scholar Won-hyun enters the palace after passing the imperial examination. Though he soon comes to lament his poor and miserable life of having to deal with the crown prince's hobbies. Despite that, he doesn't give up and tries his best to learn martial arts. But Won-hyun suddenly picks up his brush to conquer the Murim. This Murim manhwa starts off a little bit slow, and there is almost no action in the first few chapters. But once the main character leaves the palace and starts traveling, the pacing of the story becomes better, and we also see some good action here and there. The art of this manhwa is pretty good and cute at the same time. The main character has a kind nature, which can annoy some readers. The side characters are also written very well. Give this a try if you want some really good Murim drama with a slow-paced story. Number 7. The Star of a Supreme Ruler. The mighty crimson star of the Supreme Ruler has appeared. The child who receives the energy of this star would grow to become the supreme leader and also become the legendary star that will rule over the world. Chon Ryu-young, someone who's very intelligent but always finds himself in difficult situations. The only place for him is Murim anyway. Dok Go-seol, an unrivaled female martial master who's both beautiful and strong. There's no rule that the owner of the Supreme Ruler Castle has to be a man. Therefore, she has a chance at it too. Pong-won, who has a suspicious past and unknown martial arts capabilities, the strength of the martial arts that are hidden in him. But there can only be one Supreme Ruler. The intense aspirations and love that takes place while fighting for that one position, and numerous last-minute schemes and betrayals. The story of this manhwa is quite unique, and the pacing of the plot is also quite good. The art is also marvelous. One of the main characters is weak, which can be a bit downer for some readers. But he makes up for his weakness with his brain. He is pretty smart. Give this a try if you want a really good Murim manhwa with solid plot and awesome characters. Number 6. Demon in Mount Hua. Yom Se-ak, Slaughterer Demon Monarch, is the biggest enemy of the whole Murim. It's been 100 years since he was trapped in Mount Hua after being captured by the sword god Han Ho. He waited all these years for his chance to seek revenge. The long period of time caused this incident to be forgotten by the world, and eventually, even the Slaughterer Demon was forgotten. But after some coincidence, people started thinking of him as sword god Han Ho, who imprisoned him. At the end of a vain journey, an unexpected path branches out for the Slaughterer Demon. This manhwa is a little bit different from normal Murim manhwas. It's more focused on drama and training theme of a sect. There are only a few fight scenes here and there. The art is decent enough for a drama. The side characters are written well, and the world building is also looking good for now. The personality of the main character is also good. He's overpowered and acts more like a mature person. Number 5. I am reborn as the Sword God. After a lot of hardships and nights of blacking out, our main character finally got his job as a 7th grade civil servant. He was looking forward to the weekends where he could relax and have fun, but that night, he got reincarnated inside the body of Baekri Jin, who is a side character of a novel he was reading. Baekri Jin was the scum of a prestigious martial art family. Now, our main character has to make up for all the wrongs Baekri Jin did before him. He knows what's gonna happen in the future, so he uses his knowledge to get powerful allies so that he can have a good head start in this new Murim world. This is a good isekai-type Murim manhwa. The story is quite good. The main character uses his knowledge of the future well, and he also has a good personality. The side characters are also written well, and this Murim world is brimming with life. The first few chapters have more politics and training, but it gets better after the first training arc. Number 4. Demonic Master of Mount Kunlun. The true heavenly demon served as a young leader of the demonic cult for 100 years because his father, the cult leader, lived a long life. However, after inheriting the cult leader's position, which he did not desire, he died after just 1 year. But when he woke up, he was now a baby. He was abandoned on the roadside, but he was picked up by a Taoist from Kunlun, a sect belonging to the Justice faction. That's when he became Zhongguang, the youngest pupil of Zhongjia Bei. As he died of natural causes in his previous life, he didn't have any grudge. He was more curious about life with warm relationships among people instead of a bloody one. He couldn't enjoy his previous life because he was busy cleaning up his father's mess, so this time he's gonna live for himself. This Murim manhwa is really good. The main character is reborn in the Kunlun faction, which is the least explored faction in the Murim manhwas. This manhwa also has some good drama in its first training arc. The main character has knowledge about martial arts, so he becomes overpowered in just a few chapters. He also has a very likable personality. The side characters are also written very well. There are light comedic elements in it. The art is a bit on the decent side, but it will grow on you in no time. Overall, it's a must-try for all Murim genre fans. Number 3. Absolute Sword Sense. With his Dantian shattering from Ki Rampage, So Won-wee was cast aside by his family. After that, he was kidnapped by the Blood Cult, where he spent his life as a third-rate spy. One day, he's killed after being used to find the legendary secret records of the Sword Sage. But instead of really dying, he wakes up 10 years in the past on the day he was kidnapped by the Blood Cult, along with the power to hear the voices of swords. The story of this Murim manhwa is really lit. It has a really big training arc, but it never gets boring because the execution of the plot is right on point. After reincarnating, the main character can talk to spirits of some swords, which is quite a unique concept. The main character has a really cool personality. He's also quite ruthless in some cases. The side characters are also written very well. The art is also good, and the fight scenes are transitioned well. This manhwa is from the author of Nano Machine, so that's also a plus. The world building is also looking good for now. This manhwa is a must-try for all Murim manhwa fans. Number 2. Administrator Kang Jin Lee. This manhwa takes place in the same world as Peerless Dad. It tells the story of the administrator, Kang Jin Lee, from Peerless Dad. Kang Jin has personality issues since he was a kid. He has more of a villain-type personality, but he's grown up in an upright family. He luckily found a master who can correct his ways of thinking and mold him into an upright man. Man, this is pure diamond. The story is very awesome. The main character has a very unique personality, and he's very likable. The side characters are also polished very well. The world building is top-notch. The pacing is a little bit slow, but it never gets boring. Even if you don't like Peerless Dad, you're still gonna love it. Some sites have missing panels and bad translation, which can make the readers go through some bad experience. Number 1. Reaper of the Drifting Moon. The main character is kidnapped by an unknown organization, and he is placed in an isolated room where he's given food scraps and he has to eat moss growing on the walls to survive. After some time, he's allowed to go outside his room and he finds out that there were many others placed in a similar situation as him. The guys who kidnapped them want to make them into ruthless assassins, which can be discarded at any time after they have lived up to their usefulness. The story of this manhwa is nothing new, but the execution of the plot is the best. The main character is smart and ruthless at the same time. He makes his decisions after thinking things through. The side characters are also written well. The art is also good, and the fight scenes really pack a punch. The world building is also the best, and the tension between different sects in this Murim world is intense. This manhwa is a must-try for everyone.